on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good early evening to everyone in Kahok country. We are live at Belleville East High School. Got a little Lady Kahok soccer action coming up for you tonight on the Kahok Sports Network as your Collinsville Lady Kahawks get ready to take on the Lady Lancers of Belleville East. My name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the broadcast booth here at Belleville East, and welcome into the pregame show brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can give them a call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007. Well, the Kahawks come into this contest 0-4 in the early part of the year under their third-year head coach Jody Munoz, who has a record of 8 wins, 33 losses, and 7 ties in her 2 previous years. Belleville East, they've only played 2 games, as has the rest of the Southwestern Conference, and Belleville East comes into tonight's contest with an overall record of 1-0-1. James Chambers is their head coach. He is in his 7th year as the head coach here at Belleville East and has a record of 42 wins, 57 losses, and 10 ties, although he is not here tonight. He is in London, England right now, coaching his club team. So tonight's coaching duties will fall on the assistants. That would be Randy Flock and Megan Delaney. So Collinsville looking to dent the win column for the first time this season, and they are also searching for that elusive first goal of the year as the Lady Kahawks look to get their offense going. Defensively for Collinsville, take away the 5-0 loss at Columbia on Saturday, and the D is not all that bad, but it kind of goes in spurts. Collinsville played a tight defensive first half in the season opening loss versus Waterloo. Take out that 5-minute span in which the Bulldogs scored 3 straight goals, and you'll see what I mean. Collinsville lost a hard-fought 1-0 battle at Granite City the following game, and another hard-fought 2-0 loss at home to Edwardsville in their Southwestern Conference opener at Kahok Stadium on Tuesday. And that loss to Edwardsville could have been worse if not for some outstanding saves by sophomore goalkeeper Carly Van Dyke. She made 31 saves as Edwardsville put 33 shots on goal in that game. And Collinsville has, as I mentioned, played 4 matches this season. Everyone else in the Southwestern Conference has only played 2. Lady Lancers, they're one of those teams to only play 2 matches thus far in the young season. Just like Collinsville, Belleville East opened their season versus Waterloo. Only Belleville East did so on the road at Waterloo. And just like the game between Collinsville and Waterloo, that game was scoreless after the first half. Each team would score a goal in the second half, and the game ended that way in a 1-1 tie. Very next night, Belleville East would play in their home opener and came out on top with a 4-0 win over Carbondale. Belleville East is coming off of a 6-14 season a year ago, and they ended up going 4-7 in Southwestern Conference play. Had a chance to catch up with Collinsville head coach Jody Munoz just a little while ago, and it occurred to me that we had never really gotten to know Coach Jody Munoz. So this interview is going to be all about her, and you'll find out more about the Lady Kahok soccer head coach after we take a time out here on the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're on the road for the first time following your Lady Kahok soccer team. Southwestern Conference Open the other night. At home against Edwardsville. Now we're on the road at Belleville East. And joining us now is Collinsville's third-year head coach, Jody Munoz. And we're going to get to know your Collinsville Lady Kahok head coach a little bit, because I don't think I've ever had an interview with you where I get to know you a little bit better. So I know that you're a Collinsville girl, and you went to Collinsville High School, and you played soccer for the Lady Kahawks back in the day, as they say. So tell us a little bit about your upbringing from Collinsville and what you remember about growing up in Collinsville.
Well, I was Collinsville born and bred, played club ball here, and back then it was, a little different. There weren't 75 clubs. There was just one Collinsville club, and you played for them. And then, came through high school, so that all those girls you play club with, you play high school with, and then, went on to college to play soccer.
All right, so you are a 1998 graduate. You played for the Lady Kahawks soccer team under Deanna Wallace, the third head coach of Collinsville High School girls soccer. What position did you play?
I was a sweeper.
All right, so what do you remember fondly about those days?
Oh God. Well, I fondly remember our senior year. We made I think Dina's actually first trip to state with us. So that was probably the most exciting thing of my high school career.
Tell me a little bit about, did you play all 4 years, or when did you start?
I played all 4 years. Yep.
All right, so you had a pretty lofty record, man. 59 wins, 23 losses, and 2 ties. You went to, as you mentioned, state. You went to the quarterfinals where you ended up losing 5-2 to Lincoln Way High School out of New Lenox. So those games always kind of stick with you. Tell me what you remember about that game.
So me and my senior friends, we are all still close friends now, and we still talk about that state trip, because back then it was just one and done. Like, you lose, you're out. There's no, third place, fourth place game. So we talk about it because we had no idea what we were in for. We were just excited to be going. And it's on the way there, we're all excited, and then all of a sudden it's like, 2 hours later, we're like, it's over. So we've never forgotten that, and we talk about it all the time.
All right, so fond memories, maybe not so much. So tell me a little bit about what you learned under Coach Wallace. And for that matter, the assistant coach for that team was Ron Rowden. He was the boys coach that won a couple of state championships, but he was the girls assistant coach for about 4 years there. So what did you learn from them that you're using now?
Basically just, the power of teamwork, like, just, be confident in your players and your teammates. She always talked about, being a good teammate, and I try to instill that in the girls. Like, yeah, we're not having the greatest start, but as long as, you buy into the program and you believe who you're playing for and you trust in your coaches, it's going to be fine.
Okay, so what I don't know is, what did you do after high school?
I went on to play soccer. I played my first year in northwestern Louisiana, and then I played 1 year there. Then I came back and finished out at McKendree.
All right, and then you became an assistant head coach under Clay Smith to start off with, and then Christy Girolamo a little bit later. So between those two head coaches, what did you learn from that experience that you're also using now?
Well, Clay, we were together for a long time. I definitely learned the most from him. Basically, what I do now is kind of like a mini version of what we did together, just how I run the program, how, what we do with the girls. And then Deej, I was with for 3 years, but that first year was a COVID year. And, we also had, it was like, when I was with Clay, that's when we went the 3 back-to-back trips to state. We had, we had the power. And then we got with Deej, and, actually that's when my daughter came through, and we had a little bit of a rough time, but he really taught me kind of like what we're going through now. Just keep pushing. It's going to get better. And so, yeah.
That kind of led me into my next question. You had all that winning as a player at the high school level. You had all that winning under Clay Smith at the high school level as an assistant coach. So how tough has this been for you to go through what you're going through right now?
This has been tough. I've talked to Clay, multiple times about it. Like, obviously, haven't been used to this. It's definitely humbling, but it's a learning experience. And I've told the girls 1,000 times, we were talking about this the other day, your failures are what, reveal your true character. And, we're not going to get down on each other. We're going to keep fighting day by day. And if anything, it's made us better people for it.
All right, let's talk about the soccer at hand. Let's go back to Tuesday. Man, 33 shots on goal by Edwardsville, and Carly Van Dyke stood on her head. From what I heard, 31 saves in that game. That sounds like what the Blues would face during a hockey game.
Yes, it was crazy. Carly Van Dyke played the absolute best. But, our defense did as well. I know it sounds crazy, 31 shots, but I mean, a lot of them were 40-yard, 30-yard shots, But our girls played for the first time this year, like as a team. They were not 11 individuals. They were all together as a unit, and actually that was probably our best game.
All right, so coming into tonight's game versus Belleville East, what do you want to see out of your squad?
Pretty much, we talked about it, how they played Tuesday. That's what we need to see tonight. And I thought that Edwardsville game was a great stepping stone to go into tonight's match.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
That is Jody Munoz, your Collinsville Lady Kahok soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw the starting 11 on each side your way. We'll do that and more coming up next on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Looking for a more upscale place to have a few drinks and some great food? Look no further than the Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville. Come inside for some one-of-a-kind crafted cocktails and some elevated bar food that highlights fresh ingredients. Then, try your luck in the private slot machine room. And don't forget to check out the Speakeasy sister company, Plan Shop Live, just 3 doors down. Plan Shop Live is a health-focused lunch cafe open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 3. Speakeasy Parlor, 2713 North Center Street in Maryville. Open 7 days a week with happy hour specials during the week from 5 to 7 p.m. Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville, 618-205-3540. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. And once again, we welcome you back to Belleville East High School. We have a little Lady Kahok soccer action against the Lady Lancers. And my name is Todd Duke, and on the other microphone, Brett Borm. On the camera tonight for us is Josh Roseman. And good evening there, Mr. Brett Borm. How are you?
I'm doing good tonight, Todd. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. So tell me what you learned about head coach Jody Munoz.
I know Jody well. She was best friends with my wife growing up. She was on that same state soccer team with Jody. So yeah, she's a good girl, and her and my wife are great friends.
59, 23, and 2 because she played all 4 years for the Lady Cayucks from freshman to senior year. So that's a pretty lofty record, man. You do all that winning at the high school level when you were playing. Then you probably won a few in college as well, and then you come and you are an assistant for head coach Clay Smith, and that team was phenomenal for years.
For sure.
And now we're in a little bit of a funk here. That's got to be tough.
It's got to be tough. You know, she and I have had these conversations throughout the summer and kind of leading into the season a little bit. You know, programs go in waves, right? I mean, there was a solid decade of Lady Kahok soccer being just at the top of the mountain. And so I know she's going through a tough time, but programs go through waves, and the struggles aren't an issue of, you know, coaching tactics or formations or anything. And I try to keep it real, as you know, on this thing, Todd. I love these girls to death, but it's just a little bit of a lull in talent at this point in the program.
Yeah, and that's going to happen, like we talk about all the time. High school sports is ebbs and flows, man. You get a bunch of good girls that graduate, and you replace them with other girls that maybe are not so good, and it's it's just one of those things that you have to constantly build up, and give her a lot of credit for trying to get all that done.
Well, yes, and the one thing I will definitely give her credit for, I've watched 4 games. I've been at all 4 of them. These girls have not quit on each other. They have not quit on their coaching staff. They give it their best, for 80 minutes. Unfortunately, those 80 minutes are spent in their defensive half of the field.
All right.
But they haven't quit on her.
That is Brett Bohr. My name is Todd Duke. National Anthem time. We'll step away. Be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com. Once again, we welcome you back to Belleville East High School. Todd Duke, Brett Borum, Josh Roseman, we're all with you here on the Kahok Sports Network as we are almost ready to go here between Collinsville and Belleville East. Here are your starters. In goal for Belleville East, you will find sophomore Abby House. In front of her, you'll find a couple of freshmen. Sydney Barnes, she's a freshman, and she's a forward, and she leads the team with 3 goals so far in the year. Another freshman is Catherine Gouch. After that, you have Kendall O'Neill, who is a sophomore. Emily Hendricks, another sophomore. A junior in Maggie McGuire. Reese Erkman is a sophomore. A couple of seniors on this team, Reese Gray being one of them, and Aaron Trout being the other one. And then you have a junior in Bryn Walsh, and Lila Keck will round out the starting 11. She's a junior for Belleville East. For Collinsville, Carly Van Dyke back in between the pipes for the Lady Kahawks. In front of her, you'll find the only senior on the team, Olivia Johnson. Morgan Lang, a junior, along with Ella Borm. Freshman Rylan Judasek is in the game as well. Ashley Giannini, a sophomore. Quinn Hall, a freshman. Addie Munez and Carly Call, both sophomores. Liliana Lira, a junior, and Elena Cerna is a freshman. And Collinsville out there in their road purple shorts and the white tops. And Belleville East out there in the home light sky blue shorts and black tops here tonight on a very chilly day. Helped out by a little bit of a wind that is blowing right behind the press box here. And we'll get rid of that sun here probably over in the next 30 minutes. So things will probably be a little bit easier to see than they are at this point. But we are underway. And Belleville East trying to control the ball. Collinsville gets it back out to midfield, and taking it over there is Cerna. Cerna loses the ball. It comes out to the top part of that circle and then heads over here to this near sideline where it ends up going out of bounds, and Belleville East will have a throw in, and here is Catherine Gouch with that throw in. Not a lot of stats to tell you about. We have stats for our goalkeeper. That would be Carly Van Dyke. We do not have anything for Abby House. That is not on the STL side. They have the player stats, but they don't have any of the goalkeeping stats. And for Carly, 320 minutes on the year. She is 0-4. She's allowed 11 goals, which is a 2.75 goals against average, and she's already made 64 saves on the year, and her save percentage is not too bad, right at 85%, but boy, oh boy, she sure did face a lot of shots Tuesday night.
Yeah, she sure did, and I think Carly Van Dyke's probably on her way to a record-setting year when it comes to saves made by a Collinsville goalkeeper.
Yeah, she had 33 shots coming her way Tuesday night and saved 31 of them, or else it could have been a lot worse than a 2-0 score. And now Belleville East trying to wrangle the ball into the box and ends up going across the end line, and Collinsville will have a goal kick restart here. We're just underway. About a minute 40 in. No score yet between Collinsville and Belleville East. Sydney Barnes, the freshman, as I mentioned, leads the team in goals with 3. Lila Keck and Heidi Adams each have a goal apiece, and that accounts for the 5 goals scored thus far by Belleville East. Collinsville, of course, looking for their first goal. JV team in that category as well, as the 2 JV teams went to a 0-0 tie here right before this one, so goal scoring is hard to come by here for Collinsville on both levels so far here early in the season.
It is, and it's kind of a problem, an issue, whatever you want to say, is on both teams is who is going to put the ball in the net for the Lady Kahawks. It was a question coming into the season, and 4 games in, we're still kind of trying to find that answer.
Well, those things will be figured out as we move along here in the season, and hopefully Collinsville will get them figured out on the offensive side. Defensively, they're not too bad, although, as Coach mentioned, we played good defense Tuesday night. You can't tell that by, 33 shots on goal, but we did.
No, but she's 100% correct. I mean, I bet you 80% of those shots, 90% of those shots came from outside the 18.
Yeah.
Collinsville defense was pushing them out and doing a really good job of making those shots not as big of a threat.
Yeah, I heard one of the goals that scored actually was saved initially by Van Dyke, hit the crossbar, and then rolled down her back and in.
It did, yeah. I think Edwardsville hit, well, counting that one, that would have been 4 crossbars, and I counted 2 goalposts.
Yeah.
So it was she kind of faced a firing squad, and she was up to the test.
Another throw in, this one coming from Sydney Barnes, the leader in goals, the freshman. Popped off of a head, and back into the box it goes, but it's going to go across the line, and yet another goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville and the aforementioned sophomore Carly Van Dyke.
Carly proved to me at that Edwardsville game that she's the real deal, and she's going to be worthy of some postseason honors if she keeps up her performance.
Oh, yeah, well, she got a ton of opportunities as a freshman, so she's only going to get better.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the girls in front of her have to work on getting better as well, and they're a young team, as we mentioned, only 1 senior on this year's team, so they're all going to grow up together.
They are. We talked at the outset of the first match that what she has now, Coach Munoz, is what she's probably going to have next year.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's
outside of Olivia Johnson, yeah.
That's right.
So Belleville East spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. That ball pops right into the hands of Carly Van Dyke. And we are just under 36 minutes to go here in this first half. No score as of yet, and no really true shot on goal as of yet by Belleville East, despite all that offensive zone time. And here comes the Lady Lancers once again until Collinsville gets a hold of it. That's Lyra over there on the far side. And that was rejected, and it'll bounce all the way back over to Ms. Van Dyke.
Collinsville coming out in this game in a little bit different formation. They've been playing the sweeper, being the 1, and then 4 backs in front. They're going with 3 and pushing another forward up into this match. Maybe she's going to try and see if she can get some more offense going today.
There's a giveaway on the defensive part of things for Collinsville, and now we're going to head back the other way after a whistle. We'll give Collinsville a free kick, but it's going to be from about 90 yards away.
Ashley Giannini ready to take this kick. She has been a bright spot for these Kahawks. She's mean, she's physical, and she's a good defender.
Yeah, she is definitely an athlete, that's for sure.
For sure.
Here comes Belleville East after Collinsville gave the ball away at midfield once again. It'll scoot all the way back to Giannini, and she'll just let it go all the way back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke hasn't faced a shot on goal yet, but she's been very busy back there.
Mm-hmm.
Helps to run around on a chilly night like this.
It does, and it looks like that wind, is that a crosswind, or is it kind of blowing back towards her?
I don't know. When I came back across to the press box, it was blowing right in my face
Yeah.
as I was walking up here. So I think it all depends on where you are, actually. At midfield is where the ball is, and Belleville East takes over once again into the middle of the circle. It goes to Reese Gray, and then Gray will send the ball up, but that's rejected by Collinsville, and the Kahawks will look to break out of this and bring up, some of their own offensive opportunities here, but right now, Belleville East in control of the ball, and a chase down over there by Lyra into the side of the box. We'll just send it to Giannini. Giannini sends it all the way back up, but no one there wearing the purple and the white. But it finds one of the Lady Kahawks anyway, and this sun is right in our eyes, everybody,
it's
so
tough.
I'm having a hard time looking at numbers down there without going blind. It'll be down here in about a half hour or so. I think about 7:10 is sunset these days, somewhere around there.
Probably right.
52 degrees when I got here. That temperature is going to be dropping as that sun starts to set, as we enjoyed temperatures in the 70s, and I think we got up to 80 last week, but those are all gone.
They'll be back.
I know, it's March.
Yep.
March in the Midwest is always hit and miss, and right now it's a big miss. Here's Giannini chasing down a loose ball all the way over on the far sideline, and she'll kick it right into the bench where all the coaches are sitting.
Yeah. This is a match against Belleville East. They're, not being in O'Fallon, not being in Edwardsville, Columbia. I would like to see the girls in the midfield try to gain possession and hold possession longer and not just kick. I've seen some kicking already tonight. That's kind of concerning.
Collinsville trying to track the ball down. Here is Cerna. Cerna will send the ball over here to Olivia that's number 15, not number 5, Quinn Hall. And Collinsville trying to track it down, get a little offensive push of their own. Little blocking going on there. Back out to midfield it goes, and off of the foot of Ella Borm. And then on to the foot of Morgan Lang. Lang back over to Borm. And Borm will send it over to the far side. Lyra trying to track it down, but she cannot. That ball rolls into the Belleville East bench, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for the Lady Lancers. 32 and some change left to go here in this first half. Scoreless thus far between Collinsville and Belleville East. Collinsville gets the ball. They'll send it back to the defense. Defense trying to spring somebody on the offensive side of things. Here are the offensive players trying to move the ball forward. That is Serna once again. Serna trying to find Olivia Johnson, but hit that pass. And now a headed ball will find Johnson. Johnson trying to settle it down and send one over to the far side. Gets it right back and then does send it over to the far side. And the vacated spot, Lily Allen Lyra just gave that spot up, went back the other way, and then that's where the ball ended up going.
Yep. Unlucky. Not on the same page.
Should have kept going that way. She would have had a bit of a breakout going over there on that right wing. Ball ends up out of bounds again. And another throw-in coming up here for Belleville East.
Again, I'd like to see Collinsville get that ball down at their feet. We're too much one-touch right now, too much kicking. Let's get that ball at their feet, have confidence, and then find your forwards and your midfielders from there.
Colton Pareko and Brandon Saad have scored for the Blues, and the Blues lead Ottawa right now 2-0. Need every win. I went to the game Tuesday night with my daughter, and that was a fun game, but man, that goal that banked off of Pareko's leg and in to tie it 3-3, and then the big giveaway by Kairu and Pareko for the game-winning goal, those hurt.
Yeah.
Corner kick coming up here for Belleville East. They have the first corner kick of this game. And looking for the first shot on goal, and that one is caught in midair by Carly Van Dyke.
It's a great job of Carly Van Dyke owning her 6-yard box, having the confidence to come out, command the ball, catching it at its highest point.
So Van Dyke will send us back to work. High ball all the way out to midfield. Excuse me. Off the back of the head of one of the Kahawks, sent over toward Olivia Johnson, but didn't quite make it to her. Now Collinsville goes back to work. The midfielders trying to get that ball up to Johnson and that front line, but right now they are unable to do that until Morgan Lang gets a hold of the ball and sends the ball up to Johnson. Johnson sends it all the way back to Addie Munoz. Munoz will send it up to the far sideline, and Collinsville fighting for a little offensive opportunity here themselves as that ball almost dangerously went out of bounds. Looked like one of the girls was bending down to pick it up, but actually she was shoved from behind and almost fell onto the ball. Collinsville in control of it right now into the offensive zone, but not that deep. And then a little bit of a nice move there by Carly Call. Sends it on over to Quinn Hall, but that pass missed. And now Belleville East brings it back up the other way until Carly Call steps in front of the ball carrier, which is Barnes.
That's a foul.
And a foul coming up against Belleville East. Collinsville will have a free kick, and once again, it'll be from about 90 yards out.
Carly got herself in trouble here on this sideline. I would have liked to have seen her turn the ball into the sideline and then play one out versus looking inwards. There was nobody open in the middle to play the ball to.
Ashley Giannini sends a low line drive past midfield. Belleville East trying to take it over from there, and that ball popped up into the air. And once again, it is Sydney Barnes who takes control of it. Freshman goal leader right now for Belleville East. Those are rare.
Yeah. Yep.
Collinsville sends it back to the defense once again. Now sent back up towards midfield, but no one there wearing the purple and the white to take it. So here is Barnes once again. And she'll send it back to one of the midfielders and then popped up right in front of the box off of a foot and then off of the face, I believe, of one of the Belleville Lady Lancers. And then all the way over to the far side, taken over there by Kendall O'Neill. O'Neill sends the ball up. Collinsville intercepts it. And a little tussle for the ball over there. Comes out. And Belleville East sends it back up once again. Shot toward the goal. That's off of the far side goal post. Not off the goal post, but it was off to the right of the goal post is what I was trying to say. So not a shot on goal.
Yep.
And Van Dyke sends us back to work with a goal kick all the way out to midfield. Collinsville trying to take it over from there. They do so. They send the ball upwards to Serna, and now a whistle will give Collinsville another free kick. This one a little closer than 90 yards away.
Speaking of freshmen, I have been impressed with this Rylan Judasek, Coach Judasek's daughter from O'Fallon, number 10 in the Collinsville midfield. She's a very technical player. She has been a bright spot for the Kahawks so far this year.
Here is Giannini. She'll send the ball up towards the front of the box. It goes into the box for a second and then comes right back out. Kahawks trying to control it and get a little offensive push going on here. Defense trying to step in a little bit. And it ends up finding once again Sydney Barnes. Barnes sends it all the way over to the far side and sent up trying to spring Reese Gray with the ball. But Gray got intercepted as that ball kind of went off a body part and she couldn't contain it. And now we're going to have another foul called. So Collinsville's going to get another free kick here. You'd like to get one of these free kicks inside 20 yards. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Have Giannini step up and put one on goal, or somebody that's got a big boot.
So Giannini will send one out from about 75 yards away. As we approach 27 minutes left to play here in this first half. Giannini strikes the ball, and it comes down without touching one of the Lady Kahawks. And then the ball will roll out of bounds. Got a couple of substitutes coming in. One for Collinsville, two for Belleville East. Try to tell you about them. Hard to see these numbers from all the way up here.
I think that's going to be number 4 for Collinsville.
So
freshman.
That would be Everwright. And in for Belleville East is Emma Simpson. That was one of the new numbers I saw. Couldn't see the other one. I believe that was Heidi Adams. Adams has one goal. And Collinsville trying to push the ball back up into the offensive side. Almost tried to find Olivia Johnson over there, but she got stepped in front of by one of the defenders. And that ball continues to stay up at the air toward midfield until it bounces into the Belleville East offensive zone. Nice steal there by Collinsville. Kahawks bringing it back up. Nice job by Judasek, the aforementioned freshman for Collinsville. And then that one's rejected. Trying to get it up was Addie Munoz. Munoz, her dad's here. He follows her to almost every game.
Yep. The Munoz family is
good old Joe.
Good old Joe. Joe and I go way back to our days at Lincoln Elementary School in Collinsville and end up being neighbors, 35 years later, live right across the street from each other.
He was the head coach of the basketball team when they won back-to-back state championships with E.J. Liddell.
Yes, sir. Some good teams there.
And now he's no longer the head basketball coach, but he is the athletic director at Belleville West. So I get the opportunity to deal with him from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nice guy.
Very, very class act.
Yeah. Mark Larson here at Belleville East, also a nice guy. Got to see him a little bit earlier today. He was over there on the other side when I went to interview Coach Munoz. So Collinsville trying to find a little offensive push off the head of Carly Call, trying to send it over here to this near sideline where she had Quinn Hall open for a moment, but that has since evaporated. And then Giannini will send the ball all the way back out to midfield off of the head of McGuire for Belleville East. Once again, Quinn Hall stepping in front of a defender, trying to keep that ball alive for Collinsville. Carly Call off of a body that belonged to Belleville East, so it wasn't a pinpoint pass at all. And here is Giannini trying to track that ball down. One of the captains here for Collinsville is Ashley Giannini. The other one is Morgan Lang.
Sophomore and junior, respectively.
Yeah.
Morgan Lang, been part of the Kahok varsity team since her freshman year, got some playing time, and Morgan is a leader. Morgan is I always call her, she's a do-gooder.
A do-gooder.
She's a do-gooder, man. Her attitude is always good, always positive. She's going to be a coach one day.
Yeah?
I do. Yep.
Yeah.
Ella's played with her since she was probably 6.
That much of a do-gooder.
She is a do-gooder.
Nothing wrong with that. A lot better than the alternative, I think. Off of the body of Quinn Hall and out of bounds. It'll belong to Belleville East with another throw-in. Sun is almost getting ready to duck down behind the trees and the buildings here.
Oh, Morgan will tell it how it is, too, let me tell you.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's a good kid.
Lancers bring the ball up, get it inside the box. That one's going to roll all the way across the end line, and Carly Van Dyke will have yet another goal kick restart coming up here. Neither team has gotten a true shot on goal yet. Belleville East has had most of the chances, but still no shot on goal by either team.
You know, that's how the start of these games so far have been. You know, Collinsville's defense has been able to, withstand, any pressure within the first half of almost every game this year.
Lang sends the ball over to the sideline, and through the legs of Gouch it goes off of the foot of Quinn Hall, and then a loose ball picked up by Collinsville. Carly Call didn't get a lot of that one, but Giannini was there to pick it up before anyone wearing the Lancers colors could pick it up. And then a loose ball taken care of by the Lancers once again. That one's going to go wide of the far side post. And we'll have another goal kick restart coming up here for Carly Call. She dove out to her right to try to stop that ball. Good thing she didn't.
She didn't. Right. I don't think she knew where she was within the frame of the goal.
Yeah.
She could have let that go easily without the dive.
Yep. Luckily it didn't touch her, else it would have been a corner kick.
Mm-hmm.
Out toward midfield it goes. Picked up there by Judasek. And Collinsville will have to go back and play some defense again. Here is Carly Call. She couldn't catch up with the ball in time, so another throw-in coming up here for Catherine Gouch. Gouch doesn't waste any time throwing that ball in. Comes into the box. Here's a chance for the Lancers, but it ends up rolling across the end line once again. And Carly Call is going to stay busy with these goal kick restarts, and that's fine.
A couple subs entering the match. We got Ava DiGirolamo seeing her first minutes of today's game. Lily Lira also.
Lira comes back in.
Yes.
And in for the first time, the junior Ava DiGirolamo, the daughter of the former Lady Kahok head coach Chris DiGirolamo. I saw him here earlier, too.
Yep. He's always here supporting his daughter.
Yep. That ball ends up going out of bounds over onto the far side, and it's going to belong to Collinsville, so the Kahawks will have a throw-in, and that'll be handled by Addie Munoz. Munoz throws it up, and off of a body, comes down, and Belleville East can't get a hold of it. Collinsville trying to as it rolls across into their offensive zone, but couldn't catch up to that loose ball, and now the Kahawks bring it right through the logo here at midfield, and we'll send it all the way down to Van Dyke once again. 21 and a half minutes to go here in this first half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Belleville East. As Van Dyke sends us back to work. Had the Carly part right, just not the last name.
Carly's, Ella's,
yep,
Ava's. We got multiples of just about every name.
Collinsville sends the ball back out toward midfield over here on this near side. And then Belleville East takes over. Nice little tip of the toe there by Carly Call. Everybody thought she was going to lay a foot into it and send it up, but she just barely tapped it to get it out of the way of the would-be ball carrier, and now back out to midfield we go. Off of a body belonging to Collinsville. Kahawks trying to work it back up. They have a little bit of room, and then one gets taken out, but here comes Everwright. Everwright will send it on over here to DiGirolamo, and DiGirolamo couldn't keep up with the ball. She kicked it ahead too far, trying to keep it for herself, and then Carly Call gets another push out of bounds, this time by Jordan Osborne, and a free kick coming up here for Collinsville from about 40 yards out. Or is that just a throw-in? Well, I thought they called a foul.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Ball was close to the sideline. Collinsville trying to keep it up where it is right now, but Belleville East sends it right back. But Ella Borm is there to send it back up into the box, trying to chase it down once again is Everwright. And Belleville East gets there first and relieves the pressure by shooting that ball across the sideline. We are just about halfway through the first half. No score between Collinsville and Belleville East. Glad that you are with us here on the Kahawk Sports Network. And there's a ball that rolls into the box, and I don't even know why Abby House had to fall to the ground to get that one.
Does that count as a shot?
I don't think so.
Oh, darn it. I do see some offensive penetration here so far in this first half. We are getting the ball into the offensive half. We are able to move it a little bit. This is trouble.
This is going to be trouble. And a shot, and that's going to be a goal. And Belleville East will take the lead. And I'm trying to find out what number that is, but I got to stop my clock as well. I think it was number 20. If it was, that would be Bren Walsh.
We'll find out here in a minute.
Goalkeeper comes all the way out and almost got knocked down by a celebration.
That's unfortunate. Collinsville's been able to withstand a lot of pressure in the early, as I said, early onset of most of these matches. That wasn't a great goal.
"19 minutes exactly is what we have left. Well, now the clock's already started, and now maybe that's why.
What's going on?
I don't know. I had it at like 19:25, but I kept the clock running for a little while before I stopped my clock.
He's just going to let it go.
Okay, well, that just kind of messes things up for me. Yeah.
Carly, we got to find feet there, honey.
I think it was number 20 that scored, but they haven't announced it.
They haven't announced it yet, no.
No. I guess they're not paying attention because they weren't paying attention to the clock either. So Collinsville down 1-0. I hear beeps going on.
They're doing something.
No,
They just added time.
Now they added time, so now I got to add a minute. All right. I think we're pretty close anyway, maybe about 4 or 5 seconds off, but we are close. So Collinsville trails 1-0. So now the uphill battle is even that much more harder with a team that's having a hard time penetrating the offensive zone and putting any kind of sustained pressure onto the opponent. There was a big miss there by Belleville East. That ball squirts free, but unfortunately Collinsville didn't have any players back. Would have been offside if they did. And now Giannini will pop one up right into the circle. You know she wanted to get more juice on that kick.
Yeah, she sure did. Right now the defense is not showing much patience with the ball at their feet. They've got to find somebody to pass the ball to and work the ball out of the back.
There is Call once again, and she got taken off the ball. Giannini will knock it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for Belleville East. Number 6. So Jordan Osborne, I was totally wrong. Jordan Osborne scores the first goal of the game as Belleville East will swap out 4 players. Collinsville will keep the players out there that they have as we have 17:50 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. And the throw-in comes into the box and kicked back out of the box by Collinsville. And then a shot that goes well wide of the near side post will give Carly Van Dyke another goal kick restart here. I got the Carly parts right.
Sun is finally dipping below the trees a little bit.
Yeah. Making it a little bit easier to see. And the lights are already on here, so it'll be just a few minutes before those start to take effect. Out at midfield, that is Erkman who sends the ball over to the far side. Collinsville chasing it down. That is Lyra. Lyra will get the ball back, but can't contain it, and it ends up going out of bounds in between the benches.
Those are the small things that the girls have got to get better at. They've got to just get the ball settled at their feet, find the next pass, connect the dots.
Out to midfield it goes, and Collinsville lets the ball go, and it goes out of bounds. So Lady Kahok will have a throw-in right in front of their own bench. 6:40 to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. And off of the head of Johnson, ball comes down. Collinsville trying to track it down, but they're having a hard time doing that. That ball really, no one wants it, it seems, right now. So they'll send it back to the defense, and the defense will send the ball back up. Out of bounds it goes into the Lancers bench, and it'll be Lancers ball. All the way down the line it goes. It eludes everyone, and Giannini will just knock it on back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send it back up towards midfield, and then it's sent right back by Belleville East. Collinsville intercepts again, and the Kahawks looking for a little offensive push, but they can't seem to hold on to that ball very long.
No, there's still just a lot of kicking.
Got to get the ball and dribble.
You got to get the ball and dribble. And we don't have anybody that's just really super confident with the ball at their feet to take on 1 and 2 defenders and move the ball forward. That's the Achilles heel right now.
Yeah. Ball ends up going out of bounds. And I don't know, the ball girl over there has the ball in her hand and trying to find somebody to throw it to. So a throw in just outside the 18-yard box, and into the box it goes. Collinsville trying to track it down first. They do, and we'll send it over here to this near sideline. It'll go out of bounds again, and another throw in, this time on the near side of that box. As we approach 15 minutes to play here in this first half, 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. Lancers are dangerous once again off the back of a head, and Van Dyke will come and take that one on the bounce and make sure it doesn't go any farther than that. Van Dyke lets everybody move up. Collinsville wants a couple of more subs to come in at the next opportunity. That ball sent into the sky and comes down a little short of midfield, taken there by Lyra, and then moved up, but right into one of the Lancers players. Ball bouncing all around, and the passes are off.
Yeah, they're just off. They're just not able to find that next player, that next person. And honestly, those are things that you can't teach in a 2-month high school season. Those are things that have to be worked on and perfected, outside of the high school season with their club teams or practicing on their own.
Yeah. So Lancers ball once again. They'll throw it in over on the far sideline and just into the corner of the box over on that far side, and then off of the head of Carly Call. And taken over there by Munoz. So your daughter wears number 9?
Number 9.
And your son wear 19?
19.
Yeah.
And my son was a number 9 all the way till his freshman year in high school and switched to 19 in high school and wore that for his whole career.
Got a thing with number 9s in your family?
You know what? I think more than anything, it was just easier for them to swap gear back and forth, or reuse training jerseys or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were 9, both of them 9 their whole lives, except for high school for Braden.
Corner kick coming up here for Belleville East, and it'll be taken by Maggie McGuire over on that far side flag. Second corner kick of the game for the Lancers as we approach 13 minutes left to play here in this first half. Right now 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. Here is the corner kick. Comes in a little shallow and comes down, and a pop-up that's going to go off the crossbar and comes right back down in front of the goal. Collinsville trying to get it out of there. Lancers are just trying to kick it up there, and they did it a couple of times, rejected by one of the defensemen for Collinsville. Kahok's having a hard time getting that ball out of the box, but a whistle will help that out, and Collinsville will get the ball back.
That was just like a ping pong ball.
Sure was, man.
Lord almighty.
Yeah.
Dodged another bullet.
Pinball is just bouncing off all the bumpers.
Mm-hmm.
So Carly Call with a free kick from inside the 18-yard box, and she'll send that one back out close to midfield. Into the front of the circle it goes, and sent right back out once again by Belleville East. Here's Giannini chasing the ball down. She'll send it up, but Belleville gets there once again. Got caught behind the Belleville player. That's why the Lady Lancer got there first. Got to start making those moves before those moves can happen. There's a slow roller to Van Dyke. As we have just under 12 minutes to go here in this first half.
These are balls we've got to win. These 50-50 bouncing balls are always going to the opponent's feet.
Seems like it.
And it's been that way for the first 4 games. We just don't win these balls, these punts. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that one was a trip. I saw that one with my own eyes. As Addie Munoz was tripped up by one of the Lady Lancers, and the ball was about 10 yards downfield from her, so that was just one of those unfortunate mistakes. I don't know if their legs got tangled up or what. I don't think it was intentional.
No, not at all.
So another free kick. This one will come from about 80 yards out, and it stays low once again for Giannini, and out to the midfield circle it goes. Collinsville trying to step in front of it, but unable to do so was Ella Borm. And now the ball rolls all the way into the box, and it's going to be picked up by Call right before Sydney Barnes, the freshman with 3 goals on the year could get there.
Those are the balls that my daughter has got to get better at. She's got to win those balls. She's bigger. She's stronger. Put a girl down and go into a tackle hard.
Yeah.
Tell her
It's
that
a
all the
physical
time.
game.
It is.
Be physical.
She used to be a crusher. I'm not sure what happened.
Here's another one that's going to roll to Van Dyke inside the box. 10.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East.
Again, right to the black.
Seems to be happening a lot.
Yeah.
Collinsville will get the ball back, send it up into the circle, and that is Everwright, who couldn't control it long enough to get any kind of an offensive push going on, so it'll come down, and Giannini will send the ball over, and it's going to roll across the end line, and another corner kick coming up here for Belleville East.
What is this, 3? 4 corners for them?
3.
3?
Yeah.
I don't think Collinsville's had a corner all year, Todd.
Yeah, I don't remember one. And the softball team lost 7-1 at home to Jerseyville. So back-to-back losses for the Lady Kahok softballers, and that one's right into the hands
Great job.
of Van Dyke. Yeah, she played that one perfectly.
Great job. She's doing exactly what she needs to do on those corner kicks.
Collinsville got 2 runs scored yesterday and 1 today. So not only is it the Lady Kahok soccer team that's having trouble scoring, it's the softball team as well. Both going through some growing pains.
Something in the water.
Yeah. Van Dyke sends this one all the way back out to the logo, and it'll bounce a little bit farther than that. Collinsville sends it into the offensive zone, but it does not stay there very long. 9 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. Kahawks trying to find some offense somehow, some way. Over on the far side it goes. Comes right into the middle now for Serna. And then over on the far side ends up out of bounds. It'll belong to Belleville East once again. Woods Basement Systems halftime show will come your way at the conclusion of this first half. We'll track down other scores for you. NCAA tournament got underway today in earnest. I don't count the first 2 games.
No.
Nah. The first 4, nah, that's no fun. So the actual tournament got underway today. Been a couple of upsets already. I had one of those. I had one of those picked out when BYU lost.
I didn't do a bracket this year. I got lazy.
I do a bracket every year. It's just fun. I just do the one online. I think CBS Sports is the one I do.
That's the one I usually always did, too.
Illini won today, so that's good. They start off by beating Moorhead State.
Was it convincing?
I didn't get to watch it. It was on some channel that I don't get, so I didn't get to watch it. Yeah. Josh Roseman, he knows all about that stuff, man. His bracket has taken a couple of hits as well. But it's early on, man. Those first day brackets are always tough, especially when you got the 9s versus the 8s.
Right.
Which is one of the games I lost.
But you always got to throw in an upset. You got to pick an upset every time.
Oh, yeah. I did a couple of those. Matter of fact, I got an upset going to win the whole thing. Tennessee. That's my pick. Yeah. I got the Illini going to the Final Four, but then I got them losing to Alabama.
So
I got Alabama and Tennessee in the final.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of Southeastern Conference teams, right? That makes sense?
SEC basketball.
SEC basketball.
Something you don't hear very often.
Surely not. That one's popped up right in front of the box, headed out there by Giannini. The Lancers continue with all the offensive pressure in this game so far. All the way over to the far side it goes as we are under 7 minutes to go here in this first half. Another throw-in coming up here for Belleville East. Throw it into the box. Jeannie says, I don't want it in my box, so get it out of there. She did. A little half of a bicycle kick there, and that one's popped up into the air, and Carly Van Dyke gets there just before Catherine Gouch did.
Yep.
Out to midfield it goes. Collinsville trying to chase it down. They do so. Here is Serna. Send it back over, and
feet, Ellie. You got to. She's standing still. You got to play her feet.
That'll be tipped right back to Van Dyke. And sent back out to Ward's midfield once again. Collinsville trying to track it down. They do. The defenders have it. Over to Munoz. Munoz sends it over to the far sideline and trying to find Olivia Johnson, but passes just aren't making connections here.
You have 3, and then it just dies after 3.
So Collinsville will send the ball back out to midfield off of Serna once again. She'll pop the ball up into the middle, and Judasek with it. Couldn't stay with it for long. Here is Borm. Sends it back out toward the midfield circle, but a whistle will stop that action, and it'll be a free kick coming up here for Belleville East.
Did you see something? Because I didn't.
I didn't see a thing.
Okay.
No idea what they called.
It's kind of hard to tell when you have the windows and you can't hear out
Yeah.
there either.
45 yards out, and the kick stays low and doesn't even enter the front of the box. Almost did. And then Collinsville gets bumped off the ball and bumped right back. Here is a circle job by Serna.
She's looking.
Yep, she is, and
There's
she's
nobody there.
Yep.
Come on, girls.
She was trying to feed the runner approaching on the far side. I believe that was Liliana Lira, but it just led her too far. There was no one anywhere near
nobody
that
near
ball.
that ball.
Yeah. Collinsville sends it back up to midfield again, and getting tangled up into the feet there was, I believe that was Everwright. And then Belleville East will go back to work. They'll send the ball up. Rejected there by Borm. Sent back over, and Belleville East stays with it once again. And a ball that'll go into the box area and picked up there by Van Dyke. 4.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. Jordan Osborne gets her first goal of the year. Came with about 19:25 left here in this first half. Collinsville trying to find an answer, but right now they have not spent a lot of time in the offensive zone whatsoever.
As we enter, the final 4 minutes of the first half, I'd like to consider seeing what would happen moving Giannini up to a striker position, or at least an attacking position, and just see what happens. And if it falls apart, then we switch back. I'm just wondering if
Had an opportunity there to spring Everwright, but she tried to stop the ball with her foot, and it ended up bouncing off of her foot and going right to one of the Lady Lancers. But Collinsville will get a throw in over on the far sideline, and taking that throw in is going to be Liliana Lira. Lira looking around, trying to find someone to send it in to. That ball gets rejected and gets sent right back to pretty much where it came from until the Lancers get a hold of it. Now Borm will send the ball up, and Collinsville trying to get some kind of forward progress here in the offensive zone, but unable to get anywhere closer than 20 to 30 yards out. Little shove from behind, but Serna stays with it, and the Kahawks trying to track down the ball once again. Lancers get there first. They'll send it back to midfield off of the body there of Barnes, and then sent down to Giannini. Giannini sends the ball up to Judasek, but the Lancers were there to send that one back where it came from once again. And here is Trout, and they'll send the ball over here to Gouch. Gouch trying to spring Barnes free, but Barnes got taken off the ball, and then Collinsville will get there and take the ball out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for the Lancers with 2:45 left to play here in this first half. Throw-in coming up here from the freshman, Catherine Gouch. She's back there playing forward. They got two freshmen on the forward positions, and Barnes and Gouch. Gouch ready with that throw-in. Gets it into the box, rolls down the back of one of the Lady Lancers. Collinsville tries to send it to the sideline, couldn't get it there. Now they do, and we'll have another throw-in. Baseball team is in Tennessee, getting ready for a 7:30 start. There's a save by Van Dyke. Fourth shot on goal for Belleville East here in this first half. And Van Dyke will send us back to work. Out to the midfield circle it goes, off of a couple of bodies and down. Collinsville gets there first and sends it back up, but no one home to continue that forward progress. Back to Giannini it goes. Giannini will send the ball back up, trying to find Everwright. Everwright trying to stay with it, couldn't do so. Instead, it ends up onto the foot of Kendall O'Neill for Belleville East, and then it ricochets off of her once again. And the Lancers will send it back up off of Borm. And popped off of the head there of Munoz. And on the backside of Lira, into the midfield logo area it goes. Collinsville trying to track it down. Couldn't get there first. Kahawks step over the ball. Here is Johnson. Johnson will send the ball back to Borm. Borm will send the ball up, trying to get it past the defense. And she had the right idea because Serna was there. But that's going to be a ball that's going to be handled by House from her own teammate. And House sends the ball all the way back downfield. Giannini trying to track it down. 1 minute to go here in this first half. And that ball sent back across the midfield stripe. But There is Belleville East to take care of it off of the foot of Johnson. Johnson comes up limping a little bit. She went down in that game against Waterloo and then gets taken down there, and Collinsville's going to have a free kick from midfield.
She's, I think she's gone down in almost every game.
Still looks like she's limping a little bit.
She is limping.
Yeah. So Giannini from about 65 yards away will send the ball back into the offensive zone for Collinsville, but no one home for the Kahawks. Here is Borm. She'll send it back up. And that's off of the back of one of the defenders' bodies for Belleville East. Lancer settle the ball down, and we'll send it over to the far sideline where it'll go out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in from over there. Here is Munoz trying to get the throw-in during the final 10 seconds of this first half and giving Collinsville a chance to get something on goal, but that one ends up off of the arm of one of the Lancers players, and we're not going to have enough time for a free kick. That's a shame because that was going to be from about 35 yards away. So after one half of play, 1-0 in favor of Belleville East, we will take a timeout because it is time for the halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basement-y. Woods Basement Systems. They've been working to keep homes dry since 1986. Give Woods Basement Systems a call at their Collinsville location at 618-708-4055. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. The Woods Basement Systems halftime show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family-owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahawk Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily, with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carry-out orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville, 618-344-3530.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium, used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here at Belleville East. 1-0 in favor of the Lady Lancers. They had a goal at the 1925 mark, just about midway through that first half, when sophomore Jordan Osborne found a loose ball and kicked one right into the back of the net. And that's the only score we have. Belleville East out shooting Collinsville 4-0. And the Lancers have had 2 corner kicks in this game. Ottawa has scored a goal, and in the middle of the second period, the Blues still lead up in Canada by a score of 2-1. Softball lost to Jerseyville by a score of 7-1, and underway right now in Memphis, Tennessee. Your Collinsville Kahok baseball team is up there for 3 games today, tomorrow, and Saturday, and they are taking on the Van Buren Pointers in the game that just got underway. And early on in that one, there is no score, and that's the only thing we have to tell you about. I can't run through all of the NCAA scores. That would take entirely too long. If you're following along on your bracket, you know what's going on. So that's going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. We will take a break, and we'll come back with second half action in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253. or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union strong. We are Kahok strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! And we welcome you back to Belleville East High School. Todd Duke and Brett Borm and Josh Roseman back with you. We're underway, and Collinsville trailing 1-0. Need to generate a little offense. We switch sides. Carly Van Dyke is in the goal to your left. Abby House in the goal to your right, and that is Abby House getting in on a little bit of the action here as we are back underway in this second half. And Collinsville doesn't appear like they've made any changes from one half to the next, so same formations and the same players.
I do see a change with Lily Lira. Looks like she's playing as the top striker with the freshman Hill in a more attacking role. And that's the only adjustments I see.
Well, we'll see if that proves to make anything a little bit more difficult for Belleville East as they once again have control of the ball in their offensive zone. There's a nice move by Barnes, and Barnes will send the ball up. Ooh. That's off of a body belonging to Collinsville because that was heading right for the goal, and then Collinsville will send it out of bounds off of the foot of Morgan Lang. And another throw-in coming up here for Belleville East. This one will be taken care of by Kendall O'Neill, a sophomore. Lancer's got a lot of freshmen on their roster this year, besides the two that are out there all the time on the offensive side of things. They have a couple of more that we have not seen yet in Emma Simpson and Enola Dulski.
Seems to be a trend.
Yeah.
I believe Edwardsville had some freshmen, and Granite had freshmen as well.
Used to be you had to earn your stripes before you were allowed to play varsity, but I guess low numbers and the fact that you graduated all of these seniors from last year, and Collinsville, in their case, only has one senior. So you got to fill those roster spots with someone as Van Dyke comes out and takes care of a ball that wasn't really on goal. As we are underway here in the second half of this contest, Southwestern Conference game. Collinsville already 0-1 in the Southwestern Conference after that Tuesday night loss at home to Edwardsville. This is the first Southwestern Conference game for Belleville East. That ball, Johnson will take it in midfield and will end up sending it over onto the far side, being chased down over there by Carly Call. Carly couldn't contain the ball, and Barnes takes it right from her. And the Lancers will send the ball up. Giannini trying to chase it down. She's in a foot race over there along with, I believe that's Barnes again. And Giannini does a nice job stealing that ball right away. And it ends up going out of bounds. It'll belong to Collinsville on the throw-in.
Giannini has legit speed at that sweeper position. She can recover if she gets beat.
I've gotten about 4 notifications that the boys varsity baseball game is being live streamed on Game Changer. You can stop. I know that already. The Van Buren Pointers are the opposition for Collinsville in Memphis, Tennessee. The USA Sports Complex is where they'll be playing today, tomorrow, and Saturday. It was scheduled for a 7:30 first pitch. They got underway a little early. Couldn't have done that over at GCS Ballpark on Friday night, huh?
No. Gosh.
Man. That game was supposed to start at 6:30, man. Didn't end up getting underway until 7:45.
Terrible.
It was a long night.
I was there.
Yeah. It was not fun. At least I was up in a box and it wasn't cold, but it took forever. That was a nice block by Giannini as that ball went toward the goal, but not on. And that one is off the back of the head of one of the Lancers players, but right into the hands of Van Dyke. Yeah, I saw you there late that game.
Yes, I was there early, anticipating a 6:30
I got there at
start.
5.
That was dumb.
Yeah, I got there at 5.
That's why I don't like baseball. There's got to be a start time and an end time.
Well, when you have one of those showcases as this was, there was 4 games that day.
Well.
And, the first game was at 11:15, and apparently everything took a long time. When I got there at 5 o'clock, the game right before ours was just in the top of the first inning.
Yep.
And that was supposed to be a 4:15 start.
I think we got there in the second inning of that game.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day. That's for sure. So here's a throw in, and it comes all the way back for Belleville East. Popped up into the air off of the backside of Carly Call. Collinsville trying to send it the other direction, and that's exactly what Giannini does. But once again, it finds the Belleville East Lancers players, but Collinsville not going down without a fight. And Olivia Johnson, she's been thrown to the ground a few times here in this game. Lancers bring the ball back up once again. Here is O'Neill. O'Neill from the sideline will send the ball into the box past its intended target, which was Sydney Barnes. Back out front. Collinsville sends it back toward the sideline, but unable to get it going any farther than that. Now the Kahawks get control of the ball. They'll send the ball on up to Lyra. Lyra gets a little pressure from behind. Tips the ball back over to Munoz. Munoz over here to the sideline, but Morgan Lang was standing out of bounds when she got that ball.
Yep, she was.
Yeah. Can't do that. Ball thrown in. Over here onto the side, and Munoz kind of steps on the ball. Comes away with it, though. Nice job staying with it. And now she just needs to get a pass up, which she does, onto the foot of Lyra. Lyra was trying to pass the ball into the midfield circle to Hall, but totally missed that pass. And then the Lancers will take over, but it'll go out of bounds right at the end of the Collinsville bench, and the Kahawks will have a throw-in. Carly Call will take care of that throw-in over on the far side sideline. Throws it straight down into the ground. Collinsville sends it up into the 18-yard box, and one bounce later, it's into the hands of Abby House. Can't count that as a shot on goal either.
I know.
Saw you shaking your head. I knew what you were thinking. Oh, more updates from Game Changer. Oh, guess what? Collinsville Varsity Kahawks and Van Buren are live streaming. This is like the 6th time I've gotten that thing. Collinsville, Jake Neighbors scores a goal. Collinsville. St. Louis Blues score a goal. Jake Neighbors, and the Blues are up 3-1. Still 4 points out of a playoff spot with 12 games left to go after today.
It can be done.
It can be, but boy, that loss Tuesday night hurt. It's a good Colorado team, but it still hurt. I thought we outplayed them for the first 2 periods. Third period was a different story. So back to action here. Lancers have a 1-0 lead, and Collinsville still trying to get that ball up there into the offensive zone for at least an opportunity to tie this thing up.
Mm-hmm.
There is Giannini. Giannini.
Right to black.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just right to black.
Seems like it.
Every time.
Off of a body and down to the Lancers once again. They'll send it back out to midfield off of one of the Lancers in the back of her head. And nice job by Giannini, because I tell you what, Barnes, if she would have settled that ball down, she would have been off to the races.
She sure would have.
There are the Lancers once again. End time, Judasek gets in the way. Judasek will send the ball over here to this near sideline. It'll roll out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Belleville East. Once again, it is Kendall O'Neill who will handle those honors right off of the head of Munoz. Munoz sends the ball up. Collinsville trying to track it down, but bodies fall instead. And here come the Lancers once again. And with the ball is Keck. Keck got the ball lodged away from her.
Just can't connect.
No, we can't.
Just can't connect.
Passes are just missing. Dribbling's not happening. And Collinsville trying to settle the ball down and connect on some passes, dribble the ball upfield, but none of those things have happened so far. It's like kick the ball and hope it lands on somebody wearing purple and white.
Mm-hmm.
Back out toward midfield it goes, and the Lancers take control once again. And here is Keck once again. Keck sends it over onto the foot now of Hendricks. And a pop fly, and taken care of on one bounce by Van Dyke just before one of the Lady Lancers got there. 31-25 left to play here in this second half.
Go to the ball.
That ball at midfield. And Collinsville trying to settle it down. Morgan Lang couldn't get there. Collinsville finally sends one across the top of that circle. It's tracked down by Judasek. Judasek into the offensive zone. Sends one over to the far sideline. Collinsville, that's about as deep as they've gotten so far. And it ends up going out of bounds. Put there by Belleville East, so Carly Call will have a throw in. As soon as the young lady with the extra ball gives it to her. I think she was down there chatting. Comes back in, Collinsville, trying to go back to work. They'll send one into the box, and a one bouncer will bounce right into the hands of Abby House.
Carly Call had Johnson, number 5, here right in the middle. Instead of just blasting at the goal, your percentage isn't good. Play the ball off here to Johnson, and let's move the ball forward.
I think some of these girls need to go out to the outfield of some baseball and softball games and shag fly balls and start learning how to judge pop flies.
Yeah.
Not easy to do. You just got to get used to it. Popped up into the air again. Comes
like
down.
that.
Yep, exactly like that.
And that's mine, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Ella Borum just misjudged that one. Collinsville playing some defense once again as the Lancers threaten once again. There's a loose ball, and it's popped up into the box. Dangerous time here for Collinsville, but it squirts away from everybody. Carly Call will try to track it down, sends it up the far sideline, and then Collinsville goes back to work trying to send it back up to the offensive side of things. Judasek all the way over to the far sideline. Gets the ball right back, but bounces off of her and goes right to a Lady Lancer. That's just the way the ball bounces these days.
Yep.
Lots of jumping up, trying to track the ball down, but no one really touches it, and it comes down and finds the opposition all the time. Here is Judasek once again. Judasek got bumped off the ball once again by Barnes. Barnes now in a battle over there with Carly Call, and Carly will just send the ball out of bounds. Oh, look, another update from Game Changer.
Hey, the game's on Game Changer.
Yeah, what a shocker. I love Game Changer, but you don't have to send me the same notification like 7 times in a row.
Is that coming from viewers?
No, I don't know where it's coming from, to tell you the truth. I think what happens is they put that little camera on the backstop.
They do.
And then it will disconnect, and then when it reconnects, you get another notification saying that they're live streaming. Here's a shot on goal that rolls right toward Van Dyke. And Collinsville lives to see another day here. Got to get some pressure down at the other end of the field. Yeah, the very first game of the year against Oswego, I was trying to watch, but it kept on pausing and disconnecting, and I'm like, I can't watch this. So now I know how everybody feels when my stuff all of a sudden disconnects. Yeah. Nothing I can do about that. If you don't have a good Wi-Fi signal, that's going to happen.
You're right.
So a free kick coming up here from midfield for Belleville East as we approach 28 minutes left to play here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of the Lancers. They got the only goal about midway through that first half, and Collinsville has been unable to provide an answer. Kahok still looking for their first shot on goal here in this game. They're being outshot right now 6-0 by Belleville East, and the Lancers have had the only 2 corner kicks in this game as well. Judasek trying to send it over and trying to find Lang. Couldn't do so, and the Lancers will send the ball all the way over to the far side, and Carly Call will just let the ball go out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in.
You know, minus the lack of possession on the Collinsville side and minus the bad goal, this easily could be a 0-0 game right now.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm not overly impressed. Let's just be honest. Belleville East is not beating the socks off of us, right?
No.
It's just
another slow roller to Van Dyke. Collinsville will be at home next week to take on Belleville West. We will have that game for you, and coming into tonight's contest, that's the only other team that has yet to score a goal, so that might be a pretty competitive game for Collinsville.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope. What is their record?
I believe they're 0-2.
Okay.
0-2, looking for their first goal as well.
Well, I believe Mathenia lost. His daughter graduated, so there's 20-some-odd goals gone.
Yep. And Collinsville trying to track the ball down once again here at midfield. Comes down onto the foot of Everwright. Everwright, foul called. Collinsville will get a free kick from midfield. Ball sitting right there at the logo.
See if we can get a penalty kick. How about that?
Got to get it close enough for one of those, though, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
But let's get in the box and
Get a shot on goal off of somebody's hand.
Yeah.
A handball called in the box. That one's rejected before it even makes it into the front of the box. And then a ball that ends up squirting loose, and it's going to be chased down. Well, Abbey House decided to let it go since it was off one of the Collinsville players. Or was it?
Addie Muniz was calling for a corner.
Yeah, I think they agreed.
And
Collinsville's going to get their first corner kick of this game.
I think there was a deflection there.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be taken by Judasek over here on this near side corner.
Now, do we have somebody hungry enough to go in and attack the ball?
Ball up in the air, and that's going to come out the other side. That's where the wind's coming from.
Oh!
Another chance for Collinsville, and a rejected shot. And Collinsville finally gets their first shot on goal. Excuse me. Another throw-in coming up here for Call, and she throws it straight down onto the ground. And I believe that was on the hands after it bounced off of the ground and up into the body. I believe that was Serna over there who ended up touching the ball with her hand.
Throw it to their feet or throw it into their chest so they can bring it down to the ground and play it back to you.
She threw it into the ground, and
I know.
it bounced up. Maybe just left her hand, or she released it a little bit too early.
Yeah, we just got to clean that up a little bit.
Giannini will go back and chase this one down and just tap it back over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send one up. Didn't get very far. Off of the head of one of the Lancers players. Comes over here to this near side and taken by Keck once again, but that's intercepted. Here is Ava Smith into the game for the first time tonight. And Collinsville sends the ball up to the sideline, but unable to chase it down was Lyra. So another throw-in coming up here for the Lady Lancers, who will make a 4-player swap here as we have about 24 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. And the Kahawks make a quick player change as well. Off goes Lang, and in comes DiGirolamo. That's over the head of Munoz, and then Giannini tried to track it down, but that ball bounced off of her hip and right out of bounds. So another throw-in coming up here for Keck, or excuse me, O'Neill. And O'Neill throws it in over everyone's head. Giannini tracks it down and sends it back up pretty much to where it came from. And then back to the defense it goes. Collinsville gets the ball out to midfield. And the Lancers have a couple of defenders back there, and they'll just tap it on back to Abbey House. House will send the ball out back over here to this near side sideline, tracked down there by Henricks. Henricks sends it up and now tries to track the ball back down as she kept on going right into the middle and just a little bit past the steps of Barnes. But Barnes takes a shot, and that goes bouncing over the far side post, and it's going to be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
Collinsville dodges a bullet. Dodges a bullet on that one. I thought Van Dyke might have tipped that wide. Clearly she didn't with the awarding of the goal kick.
Yep, she dove out to her right at this end and missed, and she dove out to her left on this end and missed, and lucky on both counts. She'll send that one low and not very far. Collinsville trying to track it down. Here's Judasek. Judasek sends the ball up. Kahawks got a little action moving on here, trying to get it up into the offensive zone and keep that momentum going. And then it gets banked off of one of the Collinsville Lady Kahawks and out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up here for Belleville East.
Some police sirens across the way.
The Popo, they got some action going on somewhere. A couple of them go tearing off down Carlisle Avenue.
It is Belleville.
Yep. And the sun's down, so that always brings out the fun people. And Collinsville into the offensive zone, trying to keep it there, get some momentum going on, and they can't. Ball back out toward midfield, and then Lancers send the ball back down. Giannini will pop the ball up, but it goes right in between the benches, where there's another player ready to come in here for Belleville East. 22 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville trailing 1-0. This is the last game of the week that we have for you. Baseball team's out of town. I believe that there's nothing much going on. Belleville, or excuse me, the boys volleyball team, I believe, is in action tonight as well. They're playing at Granite City, if my memory serves me. And I believe that they're also in action over the weekend, too. They're playing in the Belleville East Invitational tomorrow and Saturday. Baseball team playing Friday and Saturday. West winning 2-0 over Alton. Well, there goes the opportunity to play a team with also no goals. Here is Collinsville in their own trouble here. That ball is going to go across the end line, and that's going to be the third corner kick for Belleville East. Our next action will come your way, as I mentioned, Tuesday night. Lady Kahok Soccer versus Belleville West at home. Got a lot of games next week. Got some softball for you Wednesday. Got volleyball for you Thursday. Got another baseball game for you Saturday. Here is that corner kick popped out by one hand off of Carly Van Dyke. And then
that
foul.
Addie Muniz just got crushed as she cleared that ball out with her head. She was a little exposed, left herself a little exposed. Yellow card is warranted there.
Yeah, I think
she just got crushed.
I think the referee wanted the clock stopped too. But, okay, now it stopped in the box about 10 seconds too late.
Addie did a good job clearing the ball. She did leave herself a little exposed, unprotected, and just got laid out.
I don't know if they're going to put those 10 seconds back on there or not, so I'm just going to take care of those 10 seconds myself.
Addie's a tough kid.
Now I'm here. Oh, well, see, there we go. See, I was right.
You were right.
Yeah.
You're always right.
Yeah, I try to be. No, I'm not always right. Ask my wife. She'll tell you the exact opposite. Words that have never left her mouth. You're right, Todd.
That's not going out of bounds, girls. I know you want it to, but it's not.
Yeah. I thought she was going to bend down and pick it up before it did go out of bounds. So, we're almost halfway through the second. Belleville East still with that 1-0 lead. And they'll throw the ball back into the offensive zone off of the head there of Barnes. Comes down for Giannini. Giannini will send it back out to the midfield area, and the Lancers always seem to find the ball in the right spot, and they'll continue pushing the ball up. That ball stays in bounds. Nice move there by Henricks. She'll send the ball up into the box. Collinsville trying to track it down, and out of bounds it goes over here on this near sideline.
The ball's cleared out by Ava Smith. Ava D just got to get possession of that ball.
Belleville wants to trade out one player. Collinsville is going to trade out two, as Ava Smith will head off, as will DiGirolamo. Throw in will be handled once again by Kendall O'Neill. O'Neill throws the ball into the box, and it's sent right back out by Collinsville. Kahok's trying to track it down. Couldn't get there in time, but now...
Look who's up top.
Yeah, Giannini got moved up top, so we'll see if that will pay off in a little bit. And Collinsville sends the ball up. Giannini does so. Got kind of tangled up into the feet there of Quinn Hall. And now Giannini trying to track that ball down to get a shot on goal, but that ball got rejected by Belleville East. So Coach Jody Munoz making a little bit of a move and sending probably her best player on the roster up into a forward position. And we'll see if that hopefully doesn't mean bad things happen in the backside of things.
A lot of changes.
Yeah.
Ella Borm is now on the left side, left wing. You've got Judasek taking Borm's spot, and you've got Call taking Giannini's spot.
There's a shot that bounces right into the hands of Van Dyke from the sideline. That one ran almost parallel with the end line, and then Van Dyke will send the ball back out. And Collinsville trying to track it down to kind of see if they can spring Giannini here. Kahok's come up with it, and a bad pass. That was Morgan Lang trying to send the ball over here for Lyra, but totally misshot that pass. Went up right into one of the Lady Lancers. And the Lancers with it once again. And here is the freshman, Sydney Barnes. Barnes sends the ball up into the front of the box. There's a shot that goes past the near post, but not that far past.
Nope.
I don't know if Van Dyke gave up on it or just couldn't get there in time. She had a better angle than we did.
She was more sure than I was seeing it go by.
End of the second period in Ottawa. Blues up 3-1. And by the way, the baseball team's live streaming again. Probably lost the connection and re-established it, and every time they do, I get a notification for it. Collinsville looking for some offense. Giannini trying to track the ball down, almost got there in time. Ends up going right into the mid-circle area, and that's where Lashley takes over for Belleville East, and will send the ball up. It'll be picked up by Van Dyke, and Van Dyke trying to send the ball back out to midfield. Quinn Hall and Ashley Giannini playing the two forward spots right now. That ball is going to go right out to midfield, and Collinsville sends it right back to where they don't want to send it to. Here is Munoz, and she'll send it right past the body of Lyra, and it ends up going out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for Belleville East, and once again, O'Neill will take care of that responsibility. She'll throw it in off of a head, goes down range. Collinsville gets there first after the second bounce, and to Giannini. Giannini got pushed from behind.
That's a good call.
Collinsville will have a free kick from midfield.
It's the right call.
Yeah. Got shoved while she was in midair.
Mm-hmm.
Free kick coming up here from Carly Call. Carly sends the ball into the midfield area off of the head of Morgan Lang and then sent forward, but no Kahok there to continue that forward progress. Ball bounces up, sent over onto the foot of Ella Borm. Borm had couldn't hold that ball in, and now Belleville East with an opportunity here. Collinsville sends back a couple of defenders. They played that ball pretty well. And the Kahawks go back to work on the offensive side of things. And just missing these passes,
Gotta
man.
get possession, ladies.
Lyra was just behind that ball. Stuck out that foot trying to track it down but couldn't. And now Lyra will throw it in. Does so to Giannini. Back over to Lyra. Lyra will pop it up down the sideline, but it'll be out of bounds.
Lily's she's got to get better with her passes.
15.5 to go here in this second half. Kahawks have a shot on goal here in this half, looking for their first goal of the year.
Nobody.
They'll send that one out to midfield, and that's exactly right. No one was home. Collinsville pops the ball up. Can't get it going the right direction.
Nope.
Trying to, but I don't know if they mishit it or just hits off the side of the foot, or they're just not getting in a squared enough position to send it in the right direction.
You're right.
Tennis team won, by the way. Found that out after the Woods Basement System halftime show. 9-0, the boys' tennis team won against Roxana. Collinsville sends the ball back out to midfield. And a shot and a save by Van Dyke. That was a pretty good strike.
Yes, it was.
Van Dyke will send it back out to midfield. Lyra couldn't control the ball.
I don't know if she's got tired legs. We need to fix it.
That we do. Bouncing ball off of the head of Barnes into the box. Barnes trying to track it down again. So she will circle with it. That's easy to say. And then a pop shot right in front of the box. And a chance here once again for Belleville East. And they'll pop it up once again and trying to get it out of there. There's a nice block by the defense. Collinsville does end up getting it out of there. Comes all the way out to Giannini. It bounces over her leg. And once again, Belleville East will take over. But here's Giannini, the relentless worker. And she got a little tug from behind just as she was going for that ball. Got tugged back there by Erkman, but
she can run.
No call.
You get her the ball in space, she'll be dangerous.
Off of the head of Munoz. Judasek trying to track it down. She finally does. Sends it back to the defense. Defense pops it up, but no one there wearing the purple and the white to take care of that ball. And then when you do, it ends up going the wrong direction. Ella Borm tracks it down, sends it over to the far sideline, and trying to send it up the other way was Serna. She got a little pressure from behind, and now Belleville East will have a throw-in.
Borm's got to clean up her technique there.
And the far sideline is where it stays, and this time it's going to belong to Collinsville.
One of the Smith twins checks in for Lily Lyra.
And we go back to work, and once again it is Ava Smith. Lancers with the lead and the ball. Send it up. Into the box, and then right back out. Comes onto the foot of Olivia Johnson. And here comes the Lancers once again. They kind of misplayed that ball. It's loose, and the Lancers will stay with it. And a one bouncer right to Van Dyke. And Van Dyke will send the ball back into the night sky, trying to get it all the way out to midfield. Takes a bounce and does go to midfield. Giannini trying to settle it down. Sends it over to Smith. Smith looks forward and then sends it right into the leg of Keck.
She was trying to find Johnson in the
Yep.
middle. I could see it.
Ooh, Giannini. I think she took that one right off of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to stop the clock. And we'll call out a athletic trainer here for Belleville East, but Giannini is already
She's
back
up.
on her feet. She won't stay down too long unless she's really hurt. They're going to check her out anyway. And
They're going to make her come off.
yeah, Collinsville's team will head to the sideline, so we're going to have just a little bit of a break here for an injury timeout, so we'll step aside as well for just a moment. And we are back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
We are back to action here at Belleville East. And Giannini right now is on the bench, but I'm sure she'll be back in whenever she feels like she's ready. Collinsville with a little offensive momentum going on here, trying to track the ball down to get a shot on goal, but Belleville East prevents that from happening. They'll send the ball up the line, and out of bounds it goes. And 11:15 left to play here in this second half. Getting kind of late now. Collinsville will try to send it back up into the offense, but there's like 5 black shirts back there making sure they can't get very far.
Good.
Nice
Well
job.
done,
Nice
Munoz.
job there by
Oh, she was
Munoz.
called for the foul.
Yeah. Then there's that.
I didn't see that.
No.
She read it well. She stepped at the right time. I didn't see the contact.
No. If there was any, it was just barely there. It might have been incidental contact. I don't think it was enough to call a foul on.
Right.
So the Lancers trying to go back to work. Collinsville trying to do the same thing. Ball gets away from everyone, tracked down by Belleville East. They'll send it up the sideline, and that ball will go out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in. And I believe they're still checking on Giannini over there, so she's not
at the line yet.
Well, she's back there on the bench getting taken care of by the training staff. And ball knocked out of bounds by Munoz, and Collinsville will go back to playing some defense. Another throw-in coming up here for Kendall O'Neill. O'Neill will throw it up, and it'll go right in front of the box. Picked up there by Belleville East. Collinsville trying to intercept, and they did just enough of that a non-dangerous rolling ball finds Van Dyke, and she'll send it back out to midfield. Nice high kick. Collinsville trying to track it down. Couldn't do so. Squirts past everyone, and over to the far sideline it'll go. It'll end up going out of bounds. Collinsville will get the throw in, and it'll be taken care of by Ella Borm. Giannini checks back into the game. She'll come in and take the place of Liliana Lira. So glad to see Ashley back in there. And she stays at the forward position as well. Popped up in the air in front of the Lancers bench, and it rolls up that far side. Sent back into the offensive zone belonging to Belleville East. In front. Shot, and a roller will be taken care of there by Van Dyke. 8th shot on goal on the night for Belleville East. Sounds a lot better than 31.
Well, as you see here, Collinsville's limiting these shots to, outside the 18, almost at, 15-yard mark. That's the way it was against Edwardsville. Most of those 31 were not threatening.
Yeah. Collinsville back on the offensive side of things, trying to move it forward, and then bodies fall at midfield. We're going to have a whistle, and, of course, it's going to go against Collinsville. 8.5 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. And they
left her open.
Yeah, left her wide open. Send the ball up on a slow roller, but Belleville East had a plan. They'll send it up into the front of the box. It gets rejected. Collinsville finds it over there on the far side. We'll just send it out of bounds. I think that's also something that has to change too. If you get possession of the ball, turn around and try to send it back up instead of sending it out of bounds.
I know.
Into the box it goes. Comes down. Chance for Belleville East once again off a few bodies. Collinsville, they'll kick the ball just outside of the box, and then that'll go over the line. And Van Dyke will go back behind the goal and pick up the extra ball there and come back out. We approach 7.5 minutes left to play here in this second half. Hannah Liljegren is going to come up and join us for the post-game show.
Nice.
Yeah. That ball sent right back. Carly Call chases it down and sends it toward the far sideline, but not out of bounds. Lancers take control of it, keep it in. That is Trute. And then a couple of bodies collide over on the far side. Collinsville sends it back up, but Belleville East sends it right back into the front of the box. Kahawks trying to get there. They do. Ball pops out, comes over here to the near side. Here is O'Neill. O'Neill tried to send that ball to the goal, but she kind of got that one off of her shin instead of off of her foot. Here is Giannini. Giannini, she has that burst of speed, sends the ball up, trying to.
Offsides.
Well, that's going to be offsides, and just a little bit past the defense was Quinn Hall.
Right idea, but Quinn was a step or two in an offside position.
Yeah. So a free kick coming up here for Belleville East from about 80 yards out. 6.5 to go here in this second half. That one's off of the backside of Giannini and tracked down there by O'Neill, and they'll send the ball up. Willow Lancers, Collinsville trying to intercept. Can't do so. A pass that was intended over under the middle, but picked up once again by Barnes. And Collinsville trying to track it down. Barnes will turn the corner and send one up into the front of the box, but luckily for Collinsville, there was Judasek to step right in front of the would-be target and take care of that ball.
Ella Smith checks into the match for Ella Baum.
Couldn't tell because it was all taking place on the sideline.
And I would have made that change.
Yeah.
She's out of breath. She's struggling with fitness. Something over there on that left side.
A little slow roller will find Van Dyke. And Carly will send the ball back out to midfield once again. And Giannini trying to track it down, but it bounces over her head. And taken there by Belleville East. They'll send it back up into their offensive zone. Here is Munoz, and Munoz will find Smith. Smith will find Giannini, and Giannini trying to keep the ball inbounds. Does a nice job of doing just that, and then will take the ball up herself, trying to get around another defender, and just couldn't finish past that last one. Giannini will get another opportunity here as she tracks down the ball and tries to send it over to the far side, but that one's kind of partially blocked out there by one of the Belleville East defenders. And now onto the foot of Lashley. Lashley will send it over to the far side now for Trute. Trute sends it up to Barnes. Barnes slows the ball down and then gives it up to a teammate. And a shot that will be another slow roller to Van Dyke. 4:40 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville desperately needing a goal to tie things up. But right now, Collinsville can't find any sustained offensive pressure, and that's been the case for the first 4 games of the year. And the Kahawks trying to work it back up. Yeah, they are all over the place.
I mean, let's get our shape, get our formation together.
There's a nice move by Giannini once again, and Giannini meets her defender, and that defender will send it right back, and that is O'Neill. And back out to midfield it goes. Judasek trying to track it down, but standing in front of her was Barnes. And now it's sent back into the defensive zone, the offensive zone. Nice job playing that ball out of there by Van Dyke because she was going to be in a little bit of trouble. And now that ball will go bouncing out of the sideline. Collinsville will have a throw-in, but it'll be deep in their defensive zone. And I believe that is Smith over there ready for that throw-in.
Yep.
I think both the Smith girls are in now.
They are both in.
Yeah. The Smith twins, Ella and Ava. And that is Ella over there on the far side. That rolls down the backside of one of the Lady Kahawks. Heading in the right direction, but no one there to help it keep it going that way. Now Collinsville trying to get the ball back. A little battle over there by Quinn Hall. But Collinsville unable to track the ball down, and now we have another stoppage of time. Not sure what that one's about.
It started back up.
Oh. I don't know why he stopped it.
I don't know either.
Okay. Usually when a soccer referee stops the clock, it's going to be a while before he starts it back up. That ball out of bounds, and it'll remain in the Lancers' possession. 3 minutes to go here in the second half. Throw in over on the far side. And
good job.
Nice job stepping right in front of that ball. But
Muniz.
the Lancers trying to get the ball back. They do. They work the ball up into the corner of the box, and then a shot, and right into the hands of Van Dyke. 10th shot on goal by Belleville East here tonight. And that ball sent back out to midfield. Giannini trying to track it down, and her and O'Neill run right into each other, and O'Neill's going to get called for the foul. Collinsville will get another free kick from midfield.
Call.
Yeah, they're going to make her back it up just a little bit.
It wasn't that far back.
Not even. I said midfield. That was exactly where they end up putting it.
I thought it was like the 40.
2 minutes left to play here in this second half. Carly Call will send the ball up into the offensive zone off of the front of Ava Smith. Smith trying to track it down and get another kind of a pass in there for Giannini. You know, that's what they were trying to look for. That ball ends up out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for Munoz. And Collinsville gets there first, but no one home to continue that forward progress. Judasek steps into it, sends it back out to midfield, and Carly Call will send it right back to where it came from. Lancers work the ball up. They lead 1-0, and Collinsville is running out of time. We're about 80 seconds away from the end of this second half. And Collinsville trying to avoid dropping to 0-5 with all 5 shutouts so far on the year. Whistle on the play. Collinsville will get another free kick from midfield, but time is running out. Right at midfield once again. This one's going to be taken again by Carly Call.
Let's get it up there.
Got to get some muscle into that leg. That's a low kick. Didn't even make it very far at all. Carly Call trying to track it down. That ball skirts up the sideline and out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in, but as I mentioned, Kahawks are running out of time here. 40 seconds left to play here in this second half. Smith will throw it in to Call. Call back to Smith. Smith sends it up the line. Giannini trying to chase it down. Got a shin on it, but that ball is sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for Belleville East. And by the time they track that ball down, bring it back up for a throw-in, we're going to have about 15 seconds left. Throw in, up the sideline. Collinsville has the numbers there to track it down. Couldn't do so. Body's fallen. And then the Lancers send it back up. Carly Call couldn't continue that progress. Here comes an opportunity just as time was running out, and that's going to do it. The buzzer sounds, and Collinsville drops their 5th straight game, all via the shutout. Outshot 10-1 in this contest, and the Kahawks will have to wait until Tuesday at home against Belleville West. So, Mr. Borm, things are pretty much the same here for Collinsville. Having a little trouble finding offense. Defense played okay. Only gave up 1 goal after giving up 2 the other night to Edwardsville. So, somehow, some way or another, Collinsville's got to find a way to get this offense going.
I know, and I don't know how you do it. Quite honestly, I don't know. I wanted to see what a Giannini would look like up top.
Didn't get to see enough of it.
Didn't get to see enough of it. But you know, you can see the athleticism is there, but then what does that take away from your defense?
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how the rest of the season plays out.
Yeah. All right, sir. We'll see you Tuesday. All right. That is Brett Bourne. My name is Todd Duke. It's time now for the post-game show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves, into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville loses here at Belleville East tonight by a final score of 1-0. And joining us now is assistant coach Hannah Liljegren. How are you, Hannah?
Not too bad.
Yeah. Is your last name still Liljegren?
Yes, it is.
It is, because
So
I know you
far.
got married.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
have not changed my name yet.
No?
It's on the to-do list.
It's on the to-do list. Okay, I wasn't going to ask you about all that stuff. So tell me about the wedding.
It was great. It was at my church in Collinsville, and then at the Ink House for the reception, and we had burgers and tacos for dinner.
Burgers and tacos for dinner for a reception.
It was awesome.
I kind of like that idea. That sounds
Out of a food truck.
That sounds simple. I like that kind of simple kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
we're not fancy.
Shout out to the new husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake. How you doing, Jake? What's Jake's last name?
Koenig.
Koenig?
Koenig.
Okay, I know that last name.
Yep.
All right, so with all the pleasantries out of the way, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I did see it on Facebook, and so I just wanted to say that for you. How's married life treating you?
It's great.
Yeah?
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
Bought a house.
Yeah? That's usually a good step.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about soccer. Lady Canucks having a hard time finding anything on offense, any kind of momentum going on offense. So we noticed late, and actually Brett Borman and I are up here talking about this, about the idea of moving Giannini up to a forward spot to get her and that athleticism she has and that speed she has to try to get you guys a little bit of a forward push there on the offense. So have you guys talked about this before, or was that just a late game decision to make?
It's something we've been talking about all season. She's obviously one of the most athletic kids on our team that we have. She helps us in whatever position she's in. And so we just got to lock down our back line and hopefully move her forward more throughout the season. It's something we're working on.
Yeah, so is that something maybe you're going to look in and starting her in that kind of position going forward?
Not for the foreseeable future, but maybe.
Yeah. All right. Carly Van Dyke in goal. I mean, she didn't have to face 33 shots this time as she did Tuesday night, but she still made some pretty key saves and not a lot she could do about that one goal.
Yeah, Carly's been great for us this season. 31 saves in the Edwardsville game, which is incredible for a keeper. We have two great keepers, Carly and Paige, and I'm really proud of Carly for the way she's played and faced so many shots this season. So
yeah, sometimes the Blues don't even get 31 shots on goal. Man. All right, so you got Belleville West Tuesday at your place to kind of try to figure some things out and get some goals scored. They came into tonight's game against Alton without scoring a goal as well, but the last I checked, they were up 2-0. So a different team back at home. What do you guys what's going to be the focus on the practices between now and Tuesday night?
We're continuing to work on moving up the field as a team. It's what we talked about on Wednesday and what we'll continue to talk about going forward. We have a young team, and I think that's important to point out. We only have one senior, and Liv's working her butt off for us, but we're asking 14-year-old girls to play against 18-year-old girls, and there's a difference. And so we'll just keep on getting that experience for them, and hopefully as the season goes on, things will start to click in place for us.
All right, well, we'll see you Tuesday. Congratulations on the wedding again.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a great night.
You too.
That is Hannah Liljegren, and that's almost going to do it for us here tonight. A big thank you once again to Coach Jody Munoz joining us on the pregame interview. Another big thank you to Hannah Liljegren joining us on the postgame. Brett Borm joining us on the other microphone, and Josh Roseman over here taking care of the camera work for us tonight. That is our next action. We're back in your ear Tuesday night at home in that girls soccer contest against Belleville West, and then the next day we'll be doing some softball for you at home against Mater Dei. Thursday of next week we have boys volleyball. That'll be the Southwestern Conference opener right back here at this school, but inside the gymnasium at Belleville East. We're off on Friday, and then Saturday morning on the 30th of March, we have a little baseball action for you at 11 o'clock in the morning start as Collinsville will take on Breeze in their home opener. Yeah, that is their home opener because the baseball team's at Granite City on Wednesday. So another big thank you to everyone involved. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday night, everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday and have a great weekend.